views and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of Access Fort Wayne, the Allen County Public Library, or any other supporting groups. If you'd like to produce a show, call us at 260-421-1250.
Hello, and welcome to the American Veteran. I'm Dale Parrish, your host, with Bud Mendenhall as co-host. Our guest this evening was on our previous program, Sergeant Wayne Ithier. He's a veteran of Vietnam War. He was telling us about his experiences in Vietnam and at home here. Wayne, welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir.
I understand you do a lot of volunteer work out at the VA.
Yes, I do. Not just the VA, throughout the community area. At the VA, I sit there and I get with others, and we bring material, supplies, to the VA. And a lot of this gets filtered down to other smaller organizations that the VA supports. One of them being the Shepherd House, okay, and other organizations like Hoosiers Helping Heroes. They ship their stuff overseas to the men and the women that are on the front lines, and I'm proud to do that. When we have a big shipment, okay, I can get the manpower at any place, okay, and the men are do so, to help out. Yeah. And anytime anything is asked about anything, if I can be a part of it and help them, I will. Yeah. And we have had a lot of good organizations assist us, namely the VFW, 857, the American Legion, and 40 and 8 up in Rome City. Yeah. And there's others, okay. DAV, Purple Heart Organization.
Now, do you have an office out at the VA?
No, I don't want an office. That's awful.
I thought maybe there was some place where a veteran could go.
No, they come to my home.
Pardon?
They come to my home.
Oh, I see.
I give lectures on Friday how to navigate the VA.
Yeah. That's what I was going to ask. A lot of people, veterans, probably got questions. Where do I go? Yeah. What do I do?
I was amazed and appalled that these guys don't know this stuff already. Not at them, but at the system. Okay? And the stats really say that I'm in the right direction by the amount of homeless and guys that are in jail and just lost their way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's staggering. Okay, homeless veterans in the United States, 250,000. That's a lot of veterans. That shouldn't be.
You think a lot of them has post-traumatic stress, and they just
I think a lot of them
can't get back into the groove, is what I'm trying to say.
I think a lot of them just lost their way.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't say that. I'm not a doctor and don't profess to be one. I would say safely that combat has played a role in this matter, and probably some other behaviors as well.
Yeah.
But you need to sit there and be willing to turn yourself in, to admit that your way of doing things, you are powerless to do anything about it. So, like the Shepherd House, okay, they give you a structured environment a brand new bed, mattress, food, TV, day room, um, warm cooked meals, okay? But you got to go along with the program.
Yeah.
If you think you're going to be sneaky and do the wrong thing, then you're going to have to go. You have to go to the curb, okay? Because it's not fair to the others, okay, who want to work their program and to do something with their lives, okay?
Is it hard to get in the VA now? Say guys from the Shepherd House, you know, you try to get them in. Do you have any problem getting them into the VA or getting them be registered?
I don't have that problem, okay, because I made it my business to know the system, okay? At one time, many years ago, I had a hard time with it, but I made it my business to know. You know, the VA and a lot of things that are huge like that are very confusing systems. People fall through the cracks, okay? And I hope that I can be an assistant to veterans to go through those cracks. I show them exactly where to get there. Today they're required to meet certain standards, fill out certain forms. A lot of forms in the government.
Yeah.
No surprise there. But I guess it's for a good reason, okay, because there's a lot of people out there that would love to have what we have, okay? And the past has proven that that is correct.
Yeah.
So they got to have some kind of protocol or protection, you know. Sometimes it's a little slow, okay? I can't even imagine what it's like to run a system like that as vast as it is.
There's more coming after with Afghanistan.
Oh, jeez. When our country and our VAs are going to be overwhelmed if they don't prepare. Okay, one of the problems we have up at RV is parking.
Yes.
Yes.
If you're a veteran and you go to the VA there, parking is a problem. Okay, you have to sit out there and wait. Okay, it shouldn't be. We have the room. Who cares what takes away from the beauty? You know, the other VAs have found out. Let's make a parking lot. Okay, well that's what they need, and they need it yesterday. Okay, it's they have to get it done. When these men and women come home from this war here, we are going to be overwhelmed. Okay, and it will be kind of like when I came home from Vietnam. During, say, 1970, we had an influx of all the guys coming home from war. We had a lot of NCOs, because you make meritorious rank when you're in combat, okay? So consequently, when you came back to the States, you're an NCO, seasoned, and probably hardened too, okay? And try to get used to garrison duty can be difficult for some people, okay? And then, in my time, we had to deal with the war protesters. I was stationed in New York City. I'll tell you, I didn't like it. Okay, to be very frank with you. I don't care what they think, but they had no business doing it to the troops.
Yes.
Okay. The troops was not your problem. Calling me a baby killer. Okay.
Yeah.
It still bothers me to this day. I didn't kill no babies. Okay.
I had my wife's cousin on, sitting in that chair about 3 weeks ago. He said he heard a comment like that. He said considered the source and let it go at that.
Yeah, that's today.
Yeah.
Back when I was young, in my 20s, I wanted to fight the whole world. Even did that. Okay. That wasn't a solution, but that's how I felt at that time, and I wasn't alone in my feelings. Okay, and it was a very difficult time. Okay, the 70s, and with the returning vets, and the system, the VA system, was not ready for them. Yeah. Okay, and they many guys fell through the cracks. Yeah. As many people that died in Vietnam, that many and more committed suicide too.
Wow.
And that's sad. That is very sad. A country that is as great as ours, that has all these resources, how we can allow this to happen to our veterans. We see it happen to every other kind of a person there is here. Yeah. Okay? I just, it staggers my mind.
Yeah. It hasn't been too long that they started recognizing post-traumatic stress.
Yes. That came into being on or about 1979. And it was very slow at first.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, because a lot of people who thought they were experts about it, okay, condemned it. Oh, it doesn't exist. Just suck it up, or whatever the comments were made. Okay, but PTSD has been with us ever since men have been fighting. They just had different names for it. Okay. I mean, all the wars had names for it, okay? Our American Indians had a name for it. Back in the days of Alexander the Great and the Spartans, they had a name for it as well.
Yeah.
They had their own healing processes, okay? The Vietnam vet came home, got on a plane, flew right back to the States, right into all the war protesters. When I was marching down Fifth Avenue in 1968, the NVA flag flew from the crowds. And only 8 months ago, I killed anybody who flew that flag. They used to work on our brains, all the guys in the barracks, okay, at Brooklyn Navy Yard. And you put these guys, okay, in this duty, like Kent State. Okay. Those students were there for an education. They do not have the right to burn down buildings like that and throw rocks. Yeah. Rocks hurt. And if somebody has any doubt about it, come on over and I'll throw one at you. Okay? You tell me it doesn't hurt. It will kill you too. Yeah. Okay? So, this is not some poor student. This is an adult, okay, that's using a weapon, okay, and they hurt when they hurt your head, okay? We in the military know that. We know these things, okay? So where they get off thinking they can do this, and we're supposed to turn a blind eye to it, okay? Yeah. Well, they've, unfortunately, some found out the hard way, okay? And this is what happened when you took an American soldier or Marine, whatever it was, okay, and you put him in that situation, okay? They should never have been put in that situation. They should never have put him there. And, but they did, okay? And it's very difficult. And these things, in my opinion, set you up for a lot of things the way your life is going to be. Psychological problems, drinking problems, okay, drug problems, okay. It's just a prerequisite to sit there and do this kind of behavior.
Yeah. Don't you help GIs out, veterans out at the VA for stuff like this? Talk to them?
Yes, I do.
At the VA?
Yes. I do this thing on the 5th floor. I help guys, and there's women in there as well. I show them forms. I made my own little types of booklets that are easier to read and understand instead of writing all those $100 words in there, okay? And show them how to make out their forms, okay? And talk about anything they want to talk about, find out anything that they want to know about. And there's quite a lot. You know, when you go there and you go for your records, you think, you just go to St. Louis and that's all there is to it. Well, it's not like that. It confused me. Now, how about an ordinary person? Or how about a wife of a deceased veteran? I mean, they got records all over the place. Well, I got most of them, okay?
I guess a lot of ours was burned up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The fire of 73 was, so I remember, about 80% consumption on the Army and the Air Force.
Right.
Okay. Going all the way back to World War II. Best of my recollection and knowledge, no Vietnam vet lost any records in that. Even though it's been, some people said that, I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Okay. And but that is true. And how something like that can happen makes me wonder sometimes.
Yes. Yeah. With the volunteer work you do, you probably work with the county service officers a lot, don't you?
No.
No, not at all.
No, I don't. How do I put this? I just don't. Okay.
Okay.
And I think it's better that way. I say it that way. I will take a veteran, for example, and help them, okay, and assist them, okay, in their paperwork with their claim. But I always tell them, you have to go to one of the service officers, okay, to have them as your backup.
Yeah.
I could help them get the meat and potatoes of what the claim is, okay? Most important thing you can ever get is your military records. If you can get that beforehand and build your case, okay, you got a fighting chance. And I'll take them all the way down to Indianapolis, okay? And I've done it many times, taking people down there, because I like the direct approach. Or I send it, return receipt, requesting. But when you got a case and you got a pile in there, you're not paying that postage. We'll just drive down there and hand deliver it.
That's right, instead of emailing.
Yeah, well, some guys, okay, have pretty thick files,
Yeah.
okay? It's, I would say most people do, okay, that served a few years in the military, okay? Think of the guys that spent a lifetime in there. Jeez.
True.
I mean, everything that's involved with the medical, to dental, to wars and operations and different bases that you get stationed at, you know, and it's rather vast. I went into the New York Public Library in New York City, looked at their military section, and it was mind-blowing, okay? They had books, probably about this big, about this thick, but as far as you can see, it's like being with Indiana Jones and he's going in there looking through these temples.
Yeah.
They have records of everything, going back to the early 1700s, okay? And it was just unbelievable that what their repository was. There's repositories all over the place, okay? So you got to get to know where they're at in order to get your war or your military out of it. Generally speaking, you can go to St. Louis and you can get your service record book, generally speaking, okay? And you can get your medical records. Then when you get into the fine-tuning, like journals and stuff like that, and I never realized that, like in the Marines, they'll tell me how many bullets I spent. Or when you capture the enemy, they'll give you down to the amount of weapons and bullets and canteens, a shovel, and it's all in there.
Wow.
It's like, wow. And, but that's what they do. when you have those guys on the radios, that's what they're doing. And it gets back to headquarters or a regiment, and all that goes into the log.
Wayne, do
That's
you
interesting.
you keep in touch with some of your veteran buddies?
Oh yeah, well, with the computer has made it so much better. But yes, I do. I keep in contact with the skipper. That's our CO, our lieutenant, and the guy I shared a foxhole with. Okay. We were just PFCs then, but he stayed in the Marine Corps and became a Master Gunnery Sergeant. But I keep in contact with him. I keep in contact with a lot of people. That's how you pick up information too.
Sure.
And what's going on over here. And then I use it for that as well, an information source.
Yeah.
Something that I trust. I trust my guys that I fought with. And that will be with me for the rest of my days.
Yeah. You're taught to trust them, and it pays.
You have no choice. You train with them,
Yeah.
okay, until you first see death or the enemy approaching you. Once you experience that, when you get back to back with your buddy, that's what it was like on Quezon, on the hills there. And that's pretty scary.
Yeah.
You know, and, in today's standards, that it's still scary, but still, get back to back and kill everything that moves. And it happened in all wars, okay? Korea was full of that kind of stories. So was World War II. World War II, boy, Guadalcanal and all that. The stories would fill volumes. In World War I and all the wars, there is that part that people back here in America don't even have the furthest concept or understanding of. Now, that's scary, okay? That's where you learn what you're made of. And or being on a ship, I was on a battalion landing team. We was on Navy ships, the Princeton and the Tripoli. I loved the Princeton because it had an open catwalk. Tripoli, however, when you go down into the berthing down there, and they sound general quarters, you're locked in like a sardine. I didn't like that. I didn't like that. At least I could, if I could escape, I could get up through the catwalk. Okay? Man, when they sounded general quarters, you know, you think all kinds of stuff, you know. That was my experience on board ship. That was enough for me. I'd take my chances in a helicopter going into an LC. That was scary to me.
Yeah. Yeah, they used a lot of them in Vietnam, didn't they? They
What's that?
flew you in a helicopter and
Oh, yeah. Yes,
dropped
sir.
you off.
Yes, we used the Sea Stallion or the Chinook. Okay, I forget what his numbers are, but I think it's C-47, something like that. But it would hold, I believe, 2 squads. Okay, 2 squads reinforced. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And,
Pretty big helicopter then.
Huh?
Pretty large helicopter.
Oh yeah, just so you get an idea where we lost those Navy SEALs here recently.
Yeah.
That was kind of helicopter they was in.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, we lost 30 that day, and that's about what's on there.
Yeah.
They're very slow moving, you know, and with today's technology, with the rockets and everything, man, you got to move fast or have some kind of countermeasure.
Yeah.
And it's sad because those guys do a great job.
See, you got some pictures back here, Wayne.
Mm-hmm. Well, this picture right here is Hotel Company, 2nd Battalion, 2nd Marines. This was taken on Okinawa at a place called Camp Swab. 3 weeks later, we'll be in the fight of our life in Quezon. Most of the guys we got there were new guys. I already, what they call seasoned. I was there already 3 months. I was still a kid. But that was a full company. Those were the guys. And a lot of them didn't make it back.
That's what I was wondering. Probably
Yeah.
a lot of them are gone.
Yeah, I have a memorial thing from that day that we had aboard a ship. And these are all the guys that we had lost in the regiment there.
And that's on at Quezon.
Yeah, this is all at Quezon.
How many is there?
I believe about 76 or 80. But it doesn't take into account the wounded, okay?
Yeah.
The wounded were in the hundreds, okay? I think somewhere around 300 or 400.
Yeah.
And there was other regiments there. There was other regiments there, okay?
Yeah.
I don't know how much they know. I can only speak for hotel, okay? And that's all I can speak for.
Yeah.
And the other picture is my platoon. It's the same picture, except that's the platoon.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
And those were my close buddies that I served with. The man holding the banner, that's Lieutenant Elliott. He survived and is out in California. Some of those guys out front did not. Those are the sergeants. I won't talk about them because it's bad memories what
Sure
happened
it
to them.
is.
But there are other people too.
And you got your Purple Heart.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I looked like when I was on the trip, no, Princeton, I think it was.
Yeah.
And I was being awarded that Purple Heart.
I guess we were all skinny,
Yeah.
Yes, we were.
not skinny.
I was skinny there one time. I was about 130 pounds in Vietnam.
Was you?
Yeah.
You probably
just
sweat
being
most
in-
of that off, didn't you?
Yeah. Walked it off too.
Yeah.
I was a grunt.
Yeah.
In the infantry, we walked everywhere.
Yeah.
And we lived off sea rations. Or sometimes we ate food from the land, not even knowing. But what was the biggest danger was Agent Orange.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And we found that out the hard way, a lot of us, either through our families or children.
Wayne,
Yes, sir.
we're out of time.
Yes, sir.
I sure appreciate you being here. We're proud of you. Thank you for your service, and thank you for all the volunteer work you're doing now.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm proud to sit there and know y'all too. Because the Korean War veterans, I feel, in a lot of ways, they can get what they're supposed to get.
I hope you enjoyed the program this evening. We're on every Friday evening at 7:30, so be sure to tune in. And remember, freedom is not free. Thank you and good night.